Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's conversation with Farhan Khalid. Farhan Khalid is working at, he is the director in UK, and we will discuss professional life, career growth, and entrepreneurship. What are the myths and what are the realities? So, thank you very much, Farhan Sab, to join this session. And Farhan Bhai, to kick off this things off, what's the biggest myth Pakistani believe about life and career opportunity in the UK or the West? What do you think about this?
Thank you, Dr. Habib, for inviting me for the session, first of all. And uh, like talking about what are the myths that are prevalent in Pakistani culture regarding the life and the career in Pakistan, regarding life and the career in the West or in the UK. Um, to start with, I'd say there is actually a plethora of different myths that goes on about, because when I talk to people over there back in Pakistan now, I tend to see that there is a mix of beliefs, and mix of mythologies, and mix of superstitions that people have got over there regarding the life and the career over here in UK or in the West, primarily. So uh, I'd say the biggest myth, I'd say, um, would be that the West, or the UK, for example, in particular, guarantees you instant success and wealth. So the biggest problem for the people migrating over here from Pakistan or from India or from other countries, is that they only plan, uh, or they only plan their finances, they only plan their costs till the time they get landed over here at the airport. So they think that once they land over here in the airport, at any British airport, they are gonna be instantly wealthy. They are gonna be instantly rich, and they would not require any support or any financial help beyond this point. But I think that's a total myth, because settling a life over here or settling a career over here is just as settling a new business in their hometown. In fact, if you look at the national statistics of the UK office, you'll get to know that it takes an average of 5 to 7 years for immigrants to achieve financial stability in the UK. So we're not talking about financial success; we're talking about financial stability over here. And by financial stability, we mean that a person in a position to have a reasonable house, to have a reasonable accommodation, or have a reasonable car, and day-to-day supplies as well. So I think the people one of the myths that should be busted over here is that once you are planning to come to the UK, you should be aware of the fact that it's going to take you about 5 to 7 years at least to be able to achieve financial stability. So your focus, when you're looking at when you're looking at the things funds wise, you should not only be looking at the funds to reach over here. You should be looking at the funds to survive over here as well. So you should have enough financial support, enough financial means to support yourself while you struggle over here and you try to build a life over here. So that's number one. Um, Apart from that, I think when it comes to professional life, most of the people think that uh, West and the UK has a better work-life balance as compared to Pakistan, or places like India, or countries like India and Pakistan. But I think, not only I think, I have statistical backing to prove this as well, that many professionals in the UK face high stress, long working hours, especially in the sectors of finance, law, and medical. So the when you talk about work-life balance, it's not the things are not as rosy as people think they are. So once you come over here, once you join a particular profession, specifically like a sector like finance or law, you'll get to know that you the thing work life balance is not as much relevant as you would think back then in countries like Pakistan. In fact, in 2023, a CIPD report showed that over 60% of the UK workers reported work-related stress, compared to 43% of the workers in Pakistan, according to Gallup Pakistan. So the figure speaks for themselves. Like 60% of the UK workers are actually facing this sort of stress. In fact, in Pakistan, it's just 43% of the people. Um, so I think that's another way to think about it. When you are coming over here, do not expect that you are gonna get a very healthy work-life balance. You will have to struggle. Get you will have to get to know the work culture. You will have to struggle to fit in. So being an immigrant working in these sectors, it actually makes it a bit more difficult as compared to the locals that are working over here in these sectors. uh
Yeah,
yeah, like if you have any questions, if you have any
yeah, yeah.
questions.
You carry on. I think so. It's interesting if you can explain more.
Yeah. So another myth that I have realized while talking, like I've got a lot of professional friends or acquaintances back there in Pakistan as well, and when I talk to them, another thing which I listen to, which I listen to repeatedly, is that there are many entrepreneurship is very like the culture or the policies or the government policies facilitate entrepreneurship in the West, are facilitated in the West as compared to back in Pakistan or India. So I agree that to some extent I would agree that yeah, there is a support system over here in the UK, like for example grants and accelerated programs. Uh, but then again, the competition over here is intense, regulations are complex, and failure rates are very high. So though there is a certain framework available for support of the entrepreneurship, but the entrepreneurial opportunities are actually quite restricted when it comes because of the high competition and high failure rates as well. On the contrary, if you would look at the stats, that about 60% of the UK startups fail within their first 3 years, uh, whereas in Pakistan, about 90% fail within their first 5 years. So you can see that the startup failure uh, comparisons as compared to within UK and Pakistan would clearly state that UK businesses or UK startups are more prone to failures within the first 3 years as compared to first 5 years in Pakistan. Um, Apart from that, there are some other myths which I would like to address as well. Like for example, people would say that salaries are. This is a common myth that people say that salaries are much higher, so you become rich. So people think that you would become rich quickly. Then again, yeah, salaries are higher mm, uh, comparatively, but so are the costs of living as well. So, like for example, with houses, with taxes kicking in, with healthcare, with insurance, with your mortgage payments, uh, if you would look at the stats, the average salary in the UK is about £34,000 a year, but average annual living costs are 25,000 to 30,000 pounds per year as well. So, like uh, at max, you are saving between you can say £9,000 to 5,000 pounds to £9,000. So that's your actual saving per annum. But in Pakistan, the average salary is in the urban areas is about PKR 1.2 million per year, but the cost of living is proportionately much lower. So your saving margins actually rise as compared to your saving margins in the UK in itself. So um, yeah, salaries. And when it comes to currency conversions, people think that yeah, with the currency conversions, they're gonna get more salaries over here in the UK. which is very good, which is very good. But then again, it's only a matter of time that they realize that the cost of living is actually uh, very much higher than what they have been paying in Pakistan to have a similar uh, kind of lifestyle. Uh, then again, I, I heard from a few people that there is no people would tend to tell me that there is no discrimination or racism over here as well, which I agree to, some extent. Yes, progress has been made over here, but minorities still face challenges, I would say, especially when it comes to career advancement over here. According to 2023 UK race disparity audit, ethnic minorities are 20% less likely to be promoted to senior positions compared to the British workers. So that's a fact, and it's backed by the stats as well. So then again, yeah, you will have to look at the discrimination or racism within the workplaces as well. Uh, some people would argument that entrepreneurship is probably dead in Pakistan. I disagree to that as well. Pakistan's startup funding has crossed $350 million investment in 2022, which is a huge jump compared to the previous years. So, by saying that, you can see that there is a lot more potential when it comes to startup culture in Pakistan as compared to UK. The things over here in UK are already at a scale, already at a pace where there is a lot more competition, there is a lot more technology advancement, but Pakistan still lacks that. So with a 20 with a 25 crore population and a huge there comes a huge potential, where apps like Easy Paisa and Jazz Cash helped people in financial inclusion. So, like, if like you can come up with different ideas or startups to help create products or services that could facilitate people over there in Pakistan, then I think you have got a pretty good market to address. The market size in itself is actually pretty attractive. So these were few of the things that I was thinking about to discuss during the uh, during this podcast or during this webinar, I would say. But then again, if there is anything else that you would like to discuss, or you have any questions, you can ask.
Yes, yes, France. So, in your experience, is career progression faster in UK West as compared to Pakistan?
Then again, I would say this is again a myth, because when it comes to career progressions over here, most of the people that are working in a specific profession would have to entail a number of years of certification, number of years of experience in order to, like for example, you can simply look at the healthcare workers. Sorry for that.
Mhm.
So you can look at healthcare workers. In order for a healthcare worker just to be enrolled as a healthcare worker, he has to undergo a regular number of trainings within UK, and there are several certifications as well that they have to undergo as well. And even after that, they would have to spend a number of years within that specific within that specific pay grade, within that specific role, to be able to get a new position, or to be getting promoted. So I would say, it takes a lot of time, and it takes a number of certifications and relevant trainings as well. In Pakistan, uh, career promotions uh, are usually not that much stringent or dependent, I would say, upon the relevant certifications. These are more reliant on the results that people are delivering.
Yeah.
So in Pakistan, performance is considered the only parameter against which people are promoted and people are, progress. People are given opportunities to progress in their career. But over here, there are a number of other factors as well.
Another thing, many believes that professional life abroad is less political. What do you think about this point?
Less political in what sense? Like,
I mean, if the Pakistani diaspora is outside, so they are not involving in politics. Something local politics are the, you can say, the politics in Pakistan or something like that.
uh, well, yeah, to some extent, maybe yes. But then again, it I think this is something very subjective, and this is something that people in Pakistan, there has been a long due culture of people participating in the political activities, and very much actively participating within different political sectors and within different political parties, or getting to associate, or at least getting themselves associated with those parties. But over here, things work differently. Uh, so yeah, definitely. But I think over here now, people, even people who are living over here, uh, still associate themselves with political parties back home, in Pakistan as well. But I don't see either positive or a negative impact of such a political affiliation on their career progressions or entrepreneurship or anything like that.
Very nice, very nice. And about the soft skills, what are the soft skills critical for thriving professionally in the West, and are they different from what matters in Pakistan?
That I'd say is a very relevant question. When it comes to the soft skill, I think the major problem that we are facing right now with the immigrants coming over here in the UK is to understand the culture itself. People do not want to understand the local culture, the local dynamics, the local slangs. Uh, People do not want to interact with the natives, with the locals, and they still want to be treated as the same. This is actually quite concerning, because if you are coming over here, you should be coming over here with an open mind to understand the culture. uh, I'm not telling you to either accept it or reject it or be a part of it. I'm just asking you to come with an open mind to be able to understand it. So once you understand it, then you will be able to respond accordingly. So be open minded enough to understand the cultural expositions over here, to understand the local slangs over here, like for example. And then when the time comes, yeah, definitely, it workplace harmony is a thing, and workplace harmony can only come when you have the ability to understand the dynamics of different cultures. So multicultural diversity is so understanding of the multicultural diversity is very important. If the locals over here, if the people, if the British, like for example, are trying to understand our cultures, we should be open enough to understand their culture, and we should be open to accept their culture as well, with the same level of understanding that they're doing for us. And I think this directly contributes to the entrepreneurial success, when it comes to entrepreneurial success or the career progression as well. I think it has a direct relation to your career progression as well, because British people or the British nationals, or the locals working here for quite long, they actually have a concern regarding whether or not you are understanding uh, the diaspora, or like for example, whether or not you're understanding the perspective they are coming from. So if they have an understanding that you are understanding their perspective of where they're coming from, they would definitely be open to discuss more, and to allow, giving you, and they would allow more responsibilities to you, which would eventually help you in your career progression as well.
That's nice. And also, you mentioned about the culture. Many Pakistanis who have the kids here, and especially the daughters, and their culture is West culture, you can say. So, how it is affecting, and how they can cater those problems, and what kind of problems they are facing, and is there any solution for that or not?
Sorry, if you can be a little bit more clear about like what sort of
Yeah,
problems I'm talking about.
yeah, the kids in, for example, in the education awareness of the students in school culture. For example, the things which children came to know after 18 years or something like that, but they in the you can say in the school they came to know, and this is the kind of culture, and some incidents also maybe on record, something like that. So what do you think about?
If you're talking about gender education, or if you are talking about the sex education to the children in the school, then I would say that then again, it's the schools over here are actually quite professional regarding this, and parents have the option to opt out their kids of gender education if they want to. Parents have the opportunity to opt out their kids out of sex education if they want to. If, like for example, you do not for me, I would personally say that across religion study, which helps you understand other religions as well, is quite important for the children, because you don't want your children to be aliens in this world. So it's perfectly fine if a teacher tells in the school that, okay, these are the basics of Islam, and these are the basics of Christianity, and these are the basics of Hinduism, and these are the basics of Judaism. So I'm perfectly fine with that. For me, I think it's good that children learn about other religions as well, basics of the other religions as well. But then again, if you don't want to, you have the opportunity to opt out your kids of the religious studies as well. So all these so all these instances, or all these points of concern become irrelevant, because the thing is that you have as a parent, you have the opportunity, you have the authority to opt out your kids out of these subjects.
That's good. That's good. And also, you mentioned about the culture. And apart from racism, what other cultural shocks Pakistani professionals face when they start working in the West? Is there any other aspects as well?
Yeah, well, that's a pretty relevant question as well, I'd say. I don't think that Pakistani. To start with, I'm not saying that there is that Pakistanis face racism over here. It's not the point of I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that coming over here with a mindset that you are coming to a land of, that you are coming to a heaven, is like, it's like people should not think of it like that. Like there is a certain extent to racism as well, but I'm not saying that Pakistanis face racism when they come and be enrolled over here. And I think that workplaces are managing it quite effectively. But then again, the point that what are the other cultural shocks? Yeah. So, like for example, the biggest cultural shock I think which the people face over here is that you know the Pakistani culture is actually a collective culture. We breed as a society. We live as a communal society, uh, and we are too much interdependent on each other, on our family, on our friends, on on acquaintances, on our neighbors as well. Uh, but over here, when people come over here, they come here with the same mindset. But the culture over here is pretty individualistic. so like for example, if like for example I'm sitting with a friend in Pakistan, like, and he asks me a property advice, or a tip regarding the real estate investments. I might be open enough to tell him that, okay, these are the tips when you invest in the real estate, and you should follow these steps and stuff like that. But over here, if a friend asks me to do that, even a friend might come back to me saying that, all right, what I can do for you is I can build a course out of it, and I will sell that course to you for £3,000. So the culture over here is individualistic. And when I say individualistic, it means that everyone looks for their own, which is fine, which is completely fine. And people should come here expecting that, there are no free lunches. They should not expect favors like they used to expect back there in Pakistan. and and everything over here would be as per the system, as per the regulations. So people must have a better understanding of the regulations, of the rules of the organization that they are coming to work for, the local laws, because they must have an understanding of like how the local laws work, and they must have an understanding of the local culture as well, which is quite individualistic, when you say. So if they come with these understanding, I don't think they would face any more cultural shocks. But yeah, I would say these are the main these are the main cultural shocks that people usually have when they come over here.
Yes, good. And you mentioned about the networking is important, but how does this networking practically impact career success in UK or in the West?
uh all right. So the thing is that it's rather up to you how you decide to benefit out of it. Like, I've seen a lot of people who have been given opportunities because uh, they were they were working at one place, and then they had a very good social network within that work group or within that organization, and a few other organizations that were linked to that particular organizations. So they had a very good network, and when the other organization actually needed someone to hire, they were like, they were very much aware of the potential and the abilities of that particular person, and they preferred to offer him the role and the relevant pay, whatever that was, directly. Sorry for that. So this is one way networking works, but apart from that, there are several other factors as well. Like, for example, you get to know more about your profession. You get to know more about the chances to advance your career. You get to know more about relevant skills, trainings, certifications that you should be doing. So yeah, these are some of the aspects that can help you while you network.
That's nice. And one thing, what mindset should professionals or young professionals develop if they aim to succeed globally, not just locally? What mindset we should create?
Um, for me, I think there are people with two different there are people with two different mindsets that come exist in this world. One are the ones with a problem oriented mindset, and the other one is the people who come up with solution oriented mindset. So, like, for instance, for a person who is pretty much exhausted in his career journey, definitely he would be very much insistent on the problems that he's facing, and everybody is facing problems at one stage or the other, so that's not something new. So he would be pretty much insistent on the problems that he's facing. The other one, on the other hand, would be looking at the solutions. He has a solution oriented mindset, so whatever the problem he faces, he would be looking to see what are the available solutions to him. So I think people should come over here with a solution oriented mindset, and they would be looking out for the problems to resolve. Like, for instance, when you come over here and you realize that with the individualistic culture there comes a certain part of loneliness, and the people over here, like the locals over here, would face loneliness sometimes. So I have seen some startups working on apps to socialize, in which people can come out, interact with each other, and come out and go enjoy a drink in the local bar or local pub. So I've seen that as well. I've seen such apps as well, which are being developed. So these apps were actually created by someone who wanted to develop a solution to an existing problem. So if you have a solution oriented mindset, look for the gaps in the market. Look for the gaps in the market, from where you can get the revenue, and try to resolve that problem. That's it. Like for example, it depends on which scale of your career you are. You could even resolve a smallest problem in within your office and get acknowledgement for that as well. Or you could develop a new app or new social networking site and then launch it in the market and get acknowledgement for that as well. So it's up to you. If you have a solution or mindset, just try to solve a problem that's existing in the market.
Yeah, that's you also mentioned that someone who is torn between staying and exhausted. But for example, what career advice would you give to someone torn between staying in Pakistan or moving abroad? He is confused, something like that, to stay in Pakistan or to go home. What career advice would you give him?
I would say if you are confused, stay back. uh, because the thing is that you then again what I'm trying to tell you is that things are not as rosy or as convenient over here as you think these should be. So on average, if I'm telling you that a person needs to have at least 5 to 7 years to get financial stability over here, it means that even the smartest of them all, like for example, if a very smart person comes over here and he struggles from the day one and he hustles and he works very hard, he would still need at least 2 to 3 years to get on his feet. If you are confused at this stage, you might not be ready for that kind of struggle, to be honest. So only come here when you have this thing in your mind and you tell yourself that okay, this is the time that I'm going to struggle and I'm mentally prepared for it and I'm going to do that struggle. And if you are mentally committed to it, if you are 100% committed to that sort of struggle, then definitely UK could be a destination for you, or like US could be a destination for you, or any other Western country like Canada or EU could be a destination for you. So come over here, work for yourselves. Uh, you can thrive eventually. You can succeed eventually, definitely. But if you are confused, then I would say you should stay back, because over there, you have the relevant emotional support, you have the relevant social support that you're looking for. So I don't think that it would be wise for you to move over here.
Thank you very much, Farhan bhai. Thank you for this inspiring global perspective you have shared today. So, before ending the session, anything you want to share, any comment or anything, please.
Uh, it's just that I think we all it well, then again, it all depends on the on the intent. But I think should be uh, everyone should be in a position to should clarify, should have a should do their own research, I would say. uh, like for example, do not rely on the words of any single person. uh, these could have own personal biases or own personal experiences that it might be possible which could be different for the other person as well. So I think do your own research, a bit of your own research, and get as much clarity as you can on the future aspects, and then decide for yourself. And like when it comes to the professional life or the career advancement or the entrepreneurship, it's all in your head. Like if you can do it, you can do it from any part of the world. And if you can't do it, I think if you won't be able to do it even in the UK as well. So like it's all in your head at the
Thank
end.
you. Thank you, Farhan bhai. Thank you for this session and thank you for your time. Really have a nice time with you and hope and good luck for you and also for all of
Thank,
us.
thank
Thank
you,
you very
thank you
much.
so
Have a nice time. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you so much for having me. All right,
Thank you.
thank you.